Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, and we are at the Rival League. Now, it isn't the pinnacle of the Nemesis Gaming League, no pun intended, for the 11 Evolution org owner, Rockerman, who happens to also be in the booth with me today, the founder of the league. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, Gallium. Last matchup, Snowstorm just absolutely dominated. That was a great showing by them. Unfortunately for the Samurai, not enough. But I am really excited for this matchup, not only because I do slightly have a horse in the race here, but because I think this is one of the best finals matchups we could have got in the rival league here for this season. I mean, both these teams, Gallium, have made some pretty impressive runs, especially that Blaze team taking down Knights, taking down Whiteout in that Game 7 thriller, and then Arrival. They didn't have too easy of a road as well. The Pineapples, who many people thought should be a playoff team, they took them on in the first round and then came back from 3-1 against Vortex and took down LK's plot armor. So it was a great run by both these two teams here to make it. And, I'm just excited to see who's going to come out firing tonight.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned both these teams' runs. If we can pull up the screen, just their playoff stats, there's something that I really want to point out here that they have both the same amount of shots per game and goals per game, the
Yeah.
same exact number. So it seems like both these teams are even Steven here. Now, Blaze does have a little bit of an edge in assists, but I mean, Arrival, they're beating them in saves and demos. So I mean, this is stat wise probably is about as close as you can get here. Both these teams coming into this game looking phenomenal. Now, Arrival at the beginning of that Vortex series was looking miserable, but I don't know what you told the boys in their timeout, but they really came back and started swinging. So I hope that is going to be the same Arrival team that shows up today, because Blaze, it's not going to be an easy team to beat here.
No, they are not. And before we talk a little more about Blaze, got to give a couple quick shout outs before we continue on with this one. Big shout out to Cow coming back for 40 months. Congratulations on the championship as well. And then big shout out to Merely Mental coming back for 61 months. So much love to Big Merely and Big Cow there. But yeah, no, Blaze, they are not going to be an easy team to beat at all. Obviously, with Sanzo and Kisby getting traded from Vortex in the middle of the season, these guys just kind of made that run and have really impressed a lot of people here, just going on a tear at the end of the season. And it's gonna be a tough one, Gallium, but it looks like we have everyone lined up, locked and loaded, ready to roll here in the lobby.
Ready to roll indeed. And I'm excited for this matchup. I know a lot of people have Blaze winning this one, and rightfully so. The trio of Sanzo, Zim, and Kisby is just an insane trio, but I think a lot of people are sleeping on Arrival, and here's why, right? I think they play a style of Rocket League that counters Blaze. Now, if they played this style of Rocket League to the best of their ability, they can totally counter this Blaze attack and maybe make them a little awkward on defense here. It's all going to come down to how they play it. And, the championship is in their hands, because it already is, but a little bit more here. Cynical going to send it down the pitch. Cynical was crucial in his team's semifinal victory. Just absolutely popped. And he's looking to have himself a day-to-day, but Kisby going to get bumped out by his teammate, Sanzo. He's moved around a bit from team to team, but finally landed with Blaze in a package deal with Kisby. So both these guys have played with each other pretty much the entire season, so it's good to see them together. And Zim went from non-playing to playing and decided to make his home on Blaze. So basically, all three players found their way into the team in a very odd way, but Arrival, they have had the same three the entire season. So they definitely have a little bit of an edge when it comes to experience. We'll just have to see if that, remains a factor here. It's Kisby. Oh my goodness, what a fake. He dribbles around another. Oh my goodness. Sanzo with the goal, but Kisby just demolished them.
Oh, that was just absolutely nasty from Kisby. Fakes one, pushes it by a second right to Sanzo, and that is how you start out the grand finals right there if you're Blaze. Just an excellent individual play by Kisby, and there's a reason why he is going to be my player to watch here. You saw it right there, but that guy can pop off at pretty much any time, like we just saw. And if Blaze is going to come out on top for this championship, they need Kisby to be big there on that end. And to start it off with that first goal. You know, obviously there's going to be some nerves. These guys have played in the playoffs. There's, wait a minute, double tap attempt off the backboard, follow-up attempt, not going to go through. But, you know, there's obviously going to be some grand finals nerves. Both the teams have some playoff matches in the bag, but you got to get through these grand finals nerves, and Ximidy putting that early goal, that's going to help settle them into the series here early.
Yeah, I had a little bit of some worries about Ximidy not being enough of a team player in their regular season match that I casted, but over this playoffs, he's transformed into one of the better players in Rival League, I will say. I mean, he had the mechs before, but pair that with his awareness. I mean, it seems as though he's really found his niche with this Blaze team, and I continue to look forward to his success here, but I'm looking forward to seeing a rival maybe scoring a goal here. They haven't had a whole lot of pressure here. 2 shots, but it seems like Blaze just camped in their end the entire game. Lush is a player I need to see step up a little bit. Sanzo gonna get a nice clear. Lush back to defend that one. Lucian, a great 50. Now Sanzo up to Ximidy. Ximidy goes under Cynical with Thigh Chad there for the save. Thigh Chad, a very highly sought-after Rival League player, and he is making his case for top 3 rival players. Zim fakes out for Sanzo. Sanzo off the ceiling. Sanzo can't make a touch, and now it's off the backboard. Zim, he's going to try to find another touch, and Ximidy, he's going to carry it into his own zone, pinch it off the corner, and now it is 1-0 still with this Blaze team absolutely cooking so far, and Ximidy seems like he's playing with his food a little bit.
Yeah, no, Blaze is really put on the pressure, and Arrival, they have a great defense, but their issue is that they can get stuck in that defense for way too long and have to make clutch saves, but they can't get to that one. A beautiful pass, and Sanzo is going to put it top bins.
I mean, Ximidy, he might just be Johnny Appleseed. That was, I mean, he has 2 apples now, 2 assists to his name, and Sanzo has just been the recipient of those assists. So he has been absolutely crucial to scoring an insane shot. I mean, I don't think he could have placed that better, to be quite fair, but those 2 just looking absolutely stellar. And can't forget about Zim and his mechanical prowess. He is definitely the more consistent player when it comes to mechs. Definitely the quickest on this team, in my personal opinion. As we see Cynical give it over to Sanzo. Thigh Chad trying to get it past this Blaze defense. Maybe go for some demos here. Lucian gonna fake it out for Cynical. Cynical gets it to the side. While Cynical, can he make a play here? He's starting his play just now, but Sanzo gonna get a nice touch there. Lucian gonna send it back, and now Ximidy, he's gonna get back for that one. Thigh Chad, it's gonna be off the sidewalls in. He gets another touch. It's just floating towards the net, but Cynical, he races back for the save. Sanzo, he's gonna get a flip reset. Can't find anything else other than that. Lucian down to Cynical. Cynical can't find the shot. Zim, he's there to defend, but this could be dangerous. Thigh Chad, he gets the catch. Can he find the pass? Oh my goodness, what a pass. Sanzo wasn't really expecting it, but he was quick on his feet there to stop that one. 35 seconds remaining. Arrival, they need a goal right here, and you know, the one thing they didn't need is to get scored on.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're trying to sell out here with 30 seconds left, and a little bit of a risky challenge there. This one sent down. Ximidy just going to secure it away, but the Blaze pressure is really not allowing Arrival to get any sort of offense going right now, and they are really cooking at the moment, firing on all cylinders, and Arrival just really haven't been able to get much going on the offensive end. Is this one almost going to be pinched back? It's a risky play style that Arrival has. They really can sell out on the offensive end, trying to find those demos, trying to find those passing plays. And it can throw teams off, but Blaze, they've seen him before. They beat him at the very end of the regular season, as Lucian is finally going to start the scoring, but with 9 seconds, might be a little bit too late here.
What a play by Thigh Chad. He gets a nice control touch, then he sends it into the corner and gets a touch across the face of the net right to Lucian. Great play from Thigh Chad and a great shot by Lucian there. Gives Rival a little bit of hope here. 9 seconds remaining to get 2 goals. That kickoff isn't very promising. Lucian 50s him out. Now Lucian, he fakes out this ball, and Blaze is going to take game number 1 in rather convincing fashion here. Arrival on the back foot. Can they make the adjustments like they did in the semifinals to take down this Goliath of a team?
Yeah, no, I mean, Blaze they just played really solid. I mean, there wasn't a lot of mistakes that were made. The only goal Arrival had was on a really good play, a good passing play by Thigh Chad. But Blaze, they locked down the defense. They controlled the offense well. I mean, they pretty much did everything you could ask for Gallium to start off a series. And for them, they just gotta keep things rolling here heading into game two. Just keep that pressure, that offense they had 8-4 in the shot department. And if you're a rival right now, you got to find a way to break through on that offensive end. Only 4 shots to your name, all from Cynical, who kind of leads that offense, but he also led the team in saves there, which is not normally their key to success. You need that. You need that first man in Cynical on the offensive pressure, putting those shots on the net, and having Chad and Lucian follow up. So heading to game number 2, we'll have to see if a rival can bring that back. But Blaze, honestly, they don't really have to change a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they have everything in their little toolbox. They just pull stuff out when they feel like it. Kisby, he's up early. Can he get a nice double? He can't, but he's flipping towards that one. Zim now gets a nice double. Lucian sends it down the pitch. Lucian over to Sanzo. Sanzo, he can't find the touch. A great play on the backboard by Cynical. Lucian, he gets a touch, gets a little past him there. And that's one I think he wants back, as this one gets sent off the ceiling. Cynical going to beat out Kisby. Kisby going to take a control touch. Cynical can't dunk him out. Kisby playing patient, gets the ball under his car. He's going to try to play this one really safe, and he does. Lucian on 0 boots. He bumps him away. Kisby absolutely dominating in the midfield. The musty flick into potentially a double. He can't get there, but wow. Kisby is just having himself one heck of a series so far.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's starting out strong, and there were a lot of people that were talking, for his MMR value, that he was one of the top players to pick up, in the draft. He went to Vortex there, and they had a great run to start the season. And it was a big surprise when him and Sansa were traded over to this Blaze team. But you can see why Kisby has been so sought after. He's setting up the plays, he's harassing here on the defensive end, and he's really made a rival a little bit awkward on their defensive end at times. So Kisby, a very solid player, doing good things here so far.
Yeah, and I think part of the reason he got traded over is just his play style. He used to be a little bit more not team oriented than he is now. That just goes to show that if you have good mechanics, you can learn how to play threes a little bit better. Some inspiration for you guys here, but rival, they need some inspiration to score themselves a goal here. They got a goal with 9 seconds left in game 1. Can they find the same kind of success here? Cynical pops it high. Zim going to be the recipient of that pass. Zim to the sidewall. He gets a pinch. Lucian, a beautiful recovery from him. Kisby off the ceiling. Cynical going to get a nice touch in the midfield. Zim, he's back to defend. A full tank of boost for him. Excellent 50 from him. He gets one. Tries to get a second, but wait a second. A little bit of a mistake from Zim. Almost cost a goal. Chad. Oh my goodness. He almost finds the back of the net, but that one was really unfortunate.
Yeah, that was a close opportunity, trying to shoot it over the top of the defense, but the bar a little bit unkind. But Arrival finally found a little bit of a counterattack here. Again, Blaze is still holding down the offensive pressure, so it really seems like Arrival is going to have to find some sort of counterattack if they're going to want to break through. And I think they're fishing for some counterattacks here in this game number 2. They haven't quite found one, but it was close as this one is floating. And Kisby, oh my goodness, what a massive dunk.
I mean, I think the real selling point for Kisby is just his confidence. He exudes confidence. He's like, I don't really care. I'm just going to play how I want to play. And he absolutely smokes Chad on that 50. So, you know what? Kudos to Kisby there. One heck of a play from him. But Zim going to have himself a shot. Cynical gets there for that one. Cynical tries to find a touch. Kisby gets one, gets a second across the face of the net. Lucian going to be there to recover that one. I know Lucian has very good mechanics, but we've yet to see him really utilize them to the fullest of his ability as a double miss comes out, and Sanzo's going to capitalize.
Yeah, just a big mistake. You see a demo on Chad, a demo on Cynical, and then Chad missing, Lucian missing. Just a tough, awkward play set up by those demos right there by Blaze. And again, they are just keeping the pressure fully in Arrival's end. Arrival really hasn't, seen anything consistent in the Blaze side of the field here. And, like we said, if they're going to want to bring it back, they're going to need to see that. As Cynical is going off the ceiling, he's going to put that one in the back of the net. And there's a little bit of offense for the Arrival boys.
Cynical, it was only a matter of time before he showed up. What a play from him. And that really goes to show you how powerful he really is. The pace of play just is incredible from him. He takes it slow off of the ceiling and then immediately speeds back up and catches the defense off guard. That's the kind of play you expect from high-level players, and he just executes it flawlessly there. As Cynical going to send it down. Zim a little bit flat-footed. He almost lets a goal happen there, but, you know, he gets away with that one as Lucian. He's retreating back with Cynical. Cynical, a nice clear from him. He's going to try to get a second touch, but he's going to actually wait for Ximidy to clear it right towards him. It's going to bounce awkwardly. Sanzo, he gets a touch, but it's a pass right to Lucian. Ximidy, what a save from him, and he continues it down the field. Ximidy gets another touch. Zim's there for that one. Cynical, great defense from him. It seems as though Rival's kind of woken up here. They're challenging Blaze in the midfield and really showing them that, hey, we're in this series. We're here to fight. As Lucian, he can't find the target. Chad can't find the target as well. You need to capitalize on those shots, especially against a team like Blaze. Lucian can't find it yet again. Cynical gonna try to 50 it out. Chad off the ceiling. Zim last to defend. He doesn't have a whole lot of boost, but he has Ximidy in his back pocket. 50's out Chad. 40 seconds remaining. Cynical off the ceiling. Oh my goodness, he just almost had the play of his life there. Sanzo over to Ximidy. It's off the sidewall. Sanzo, he's gonna get a touch down the field. This might be dangerous. Chad, nice control touch from him. Can he get this down the field? 25 seconds remaining, but wait a second, this could be an opportunity. He clears it all the way down the field, and Chad's gonna put it in the back of the net. This game is tied.
And Arrival come roaring back here. The ball right to Cynical, and Blaze caught out in the overcommit. I talked about them trying to find those counterattacks, and that is another one right there. And that's how you can beat a team that's suffocating you with pressure, is find those counterattacks, and Arrival picking, waiting, choosing their moment to perfection right there, able to tie it up, but we'll have to see if they have enough to take the lead here, as this one is shot towards the net. Lucian taking it over the top, and Arrival takes the lead.
Dare I say, Arrival has arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 unanswered goals. And what 3 goals there were. I mean, Cynical off the ceiling. You had that goal off a great counterattack, and I mean, Lucian, he really came to perform here, but there's still 12 seconds remaining. Can Blaze get a goal to tie this up? Sanzo with one, gets a second one. This is bouncing awkwardly. Zim with the shot. Oh, he barely gets it. As Chad gonna try to send this one to the ground, as it doesn't bounce quite yet. Ximidy gonna opt to keep it up for obvious reasons. Him and Sanzo pinching it away. Can a member of Blaze get to that one? They do. Zim, he's up with a shot. Ximidy gonna try to get a bump. Sanzo, last one back. Can he get the double? Oh my goodness, he did, but he can't find the back of the net. That was a little too close for comfort if you're a Rival.
That one is a little bit dangerous for sure, Gallium there, as that was a great double attempt, not opting just to shoot it at the net, but trying to put it in off the backboard, catch the defense, a little jumpy, but Arrival, they do hold on there. A good comeback there, Gallium, as it seemed like early on that, again, Blaze had all that pressure, and, you know, Arrival, it seemed like they might have been pushed down to an 0-2 deficit, but they had a great comeback to take that game 3 straight unanswered goals.
You know, and I mentioned how Arrival's playstyle kind of counters Blaze. They didn't really utilize it that much in game 1, but game 2, you saw it towards the end of that game. They play a lot of bang ball. They try to bang it to their third man, and the third man for Blaze is kind of just passing the ball to Arrival's first man. So they're getting a lot of free touches off of that. Will Blaze adjust? We're gonna have to see here. I mean, I'm curious to find out who you got taking this game 3, Rockerman.
It's going to be a tough one, Gallium. I think both these teams have been playing pretty evenly. I mean, Blaze had the pressure, but I think Arrival really did figure them out in that game number 2. But it's about if they can execute, because Blaze and that offense, it can be so suffocating, and it can put Arrival in such dangerous positions. You know, if Arrival's going to try to win this game, they got to try to shut down that Blaze offense and hold on. You know, I can't really make a prediction here, Gallium. It's only game 3, but honestly, I think this one could go either way.
You know, you might be a little bit biased, but I can't really blame you here. I mean, Arrival, they looked spectacular in that game too. Looking to continue the streak here. As Lucian gonna send it down. Sanzo, a nice touch from him. Cynical off the backboard. He has one to beat. He has Zim to beat. Zim, nice touch from him. Chat. It's awkward in the corner. Can Cynical find the touch? He leaves it for Lucian. Great touch from Sanzo. Chat. Off the sidewall. I guess if you count the sidewall as Ximidy. Cynical pass to Lucian. Lucian gets one. He gets a pass Sanzo. And I mean, the Lucian show is here, ladies and gentlemen. What a play from him.
Yeah, and it was a lot about Cynical in that last series. That's a great pass by him. But Lucian, knowing that defense is going to dive, is really important if this rival team is going to succeed, that they need Lucian and Chad to really step up. You mentioned Cynical, being that mechanical player. He was, you mentioned a little bit earlier about being a twos player transitioning to threes, and that's exactly what Cynical is. He was a complete twos main, never really played threes until this season here in Nemesis, the rookie in this season here. But he's been trying to make some great plays. Oh my goodness, that ball was halfway down and in, but he makes a great save. But it's really up to the other players on Arrival to make some plays. Oh no, it's going to be put in the back of the net. A big mistake, and Cynical gets another.
I will say Zim has not really impressed me with this performance so far, and that might just be the icing on the cake there. Zim really needs to step up here. It seems like Sanzo and Kisby have what it takes to take down this rival team, but Zim, he's not really playing that support role all too well. He's kind of leaving his teammates high and dry here, and I'm curious on your opinion on what Zim needs to do to kind of adjust to this Blaze playstyle and really get his foot in the door here.
Yeah, I mean, for Blaze, you just got to stay connected here and not overcommit. Especially if you're Zim, you're kind of been playing that third man role. You just can't overcommit on your touches. You got to trust that these demos and these passes are going to come through. But you also have to be ready enough to get back to make that save like Kisby does there. And, that's where Rival's been able to capitalize on Blaze, is these overcommits by that third man. So if you're Ximidy, who's mainly been in that third man role, you just got to not overcommit. This opportunity to open net, Ximidy barely able to get there just in time. But that's the key for Ximidy if I'm him here in this game number 3.
Yeah, it seems as though Rival has found their footing so far. Sanzo, great touch from him, almost had an insane play. Kisby, he's going for that one. Chad, a great 50. Now Zim's up with it. Gets a nice beat. Sanzo's up. Lucian, the accidental backflip. Sanzo with the flip reset. He gets it over one. Cynical, last to defend. Beautiful play from him. Kisby, over to Zim. Zim with one more touch. And oh my goodness, what a play from Zim when we thought it was all over for him. What a shot from him. I mean, he couldn't have placed that better.
Yeah, no, that is just an insane angle, and Kisby is making sure Chad does not have a chance there. But hey, we talked about what Ximidy needs to do. How about he does that, Gallium? How about he hits a nasty angle and cuts this lead in half?
You proved me wrong there. It's. I mean, I was kind of dogging on Arrival early on in the series. They kind of shut my mouth. I was dogging on Lucian. He shut my mouth, and now it's Sim. So, if you're getting hated on by Gallium, just know there's light at the end of the tunnel. And matter of fact, you might be better off for it as Lucian. Matter of fact, I mean, let's just give the man a goal once more. He has 2 goals this game, and what a play from Cynical to get him to that point.
Yeah, and that's a great ball, and I think Ximidy maybe thought that ball was coming on target from that angle. A big misflip there in the net there, but Lucian is there to capitalize. And again, like I mentioned earlier, if Lucian is scoring goals here for this Arrival team, you really got to watch out if you're Blaze, as he's going to find himself a hat trick.
Wow, it seems as though Blaze has just absolutely dissipated everything that was so good about them. Absolutely gone in an instant. And you know what? You people called me crazy. I told you, Arrival. Their playstyle counters Blaze. It's just about if Blaze can adapt. Rival's already adapted once in the series. Blaze has yet to do so. They're just continuing on the same path that they were on at game number 1. Sanzo with a free-ish shot sends it right into Chad. Chad, nice touch. Kisby, he's going to have an opportunity here. The bounce shot into the dunk. That's his second dunk in this series, and he just makes it look easy.
Yeah, no, Kisby, I mean, he just got a big old body right here, and he's coming through. Watch out, Cynical. He's going to put that one in the back of the net, and great follow from him right there. And I do want to go back to your last point, Gallium, about making adjustments, and that's what teams don't oftentimes think about when we get in these best of 7s, best of 5s early on in the season. A lot of times you can just play the same way. You don't really have to make adjustments to win 3 games, but when you get into these best of 7s, you have to adjust, especially when you're here in the grand finals. You got to make adjustments if you're going to want to win it all here. And you mentioned it's such a crucial thing that I think oftentimes gets overlooked.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think you see it a lot more in the higher leagues where the adjustments are made, but I mean, you see it in the lower leagues too, just not as frequent. And in that last Challenger League match, for example, Samurai opted not to take their time out the entire series and it really bit them in the butt. They got swept because of it. And, you know, it doesn't matter if you feel like you don't need to take your time out as long as you know what you need to fix. But that's the thing. Some of these teams that are not really sure what to fix as a rival in a very comfortable lead here. They're driving this boat right now, and it seems as though Thigh Chat almost gets an insane double. Cynical can't find the touch as Lucian, a crucial miss, and that is going to be another Ximidy goal, and that one is just hard to watch for Lucian. They needed not to give up a goal right here, and now Blaze is right back in it.
Yeah, just trying to play a little bit too quick, trying to keep that suffocating pressure is a rival, and that can also sometimes be their downfall. That suffocating pressure, you know, if they're not able to keep it there, you know, we can see stuff like that happen. And that was a great counter attack, but still 30 seconds. But now Blaze only needs one right here to try to steal this game away.
Yeah, you know, 1 is the magic number. So Rockerman, you lied to me just now. I think the number is now 2.
My bad. I mean, hey, when Cynical's out here on the pitch here, he's just taking it up there, putting it in. You know, who am I to guard against perfect shots there? Gallium in the top left there, and Blaze the deficit back up to 2. But you know, I mean, I feel like it's such a close game here. Blaze did a great job to bring this one back. It seemed like Rival had all the pressure, and now 15 seconds remaining. Need to find 2 right here. Ximidy's trying to come through, but a big block is going to deny it away as another shot can be saved.
Oh my goodness, what a save coming out from a rival, but it's not going to matter for Blaze. They tried their best, and Ximidy actually gets one with 1 second remaining. Ximidy being the guiding light for this Blaze team. He's the only one who's kind of woken up here. 1 second remaining. That is his hat trick. Can they get a goal here to tie this game up and send it to overtime? This kickoff is going to mean everything for both of these teams. Thigh Chat and Sanzo. It's going to be 50'd out. Cynical. He misses. Zim down the pitch. That's not the touch you want, and it's going to cost him here as a rival. Going to take this game 3, and now Blaze are calling their timeout.
Yeah, that's an interesting early timeout here, but I'm honestly not opposed to it. Teams often wait a little bit too late. You mentioned the Samurai in the last series. Big mistake by them. I know in both of our opinions, they should have called that timeout, you know, right away when they got down 2-0 to try to bring that back. And, you know, with a rival on 2 wins here, Blaze is also opting for the same thing. And, you know, it's not a bad timeout here, Gallium. I may have waited, but I'm not like, you know, I'm kind of indifferent on this timeout. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's necessarily the best, but you know, I think it's valid.
I mean, I think that's the beauty of timeouts. No, I feel like, you know, it's the team. If you feel like you need a timeout, you probably need a timeout. It doesn't matter how early or late on the series. You could be down 1-0 in the series, call a timeout, and it really turns the entire series around. Just depends on when you think you need to talk to your team. And I do actually agree at this timeout. They were only in this game because of Ximidy making insane solo plays. There was just no teamwork whatsoever, a vast amount of mistakes. And after Zim had that insane goal, he was constantly making mistakes as well. Sanzo, he hasn't really made a whole lot of mistakes, but he hasn't really been that impactful in recent games. Game 1, he absolutely went off, but it seems as though it's kind of a rival's game, or sorry, a rival's series to lose. You know, they're up 2-1. Rival hasn't really been in the spot much before. And, you know, they're just basking in the sunlight. You know, they're up in a series for the first time since, I believe, the quarterfinals. So, you know, it's always nice to have that lead, but it's a mental war at this point. When you're up in the series, you really have to lock in. You can't let the other team take even a single game.
Yeah, no, I mean, calling the timeout, it's, you know, it's an important thing to give you back your momentum, but it also is a little bit risky because you really want to come out and win this next game here. And so they're banking on, you know, the adjustments are going to work here for their timeout. You know, obviously talking over. I mean, I think they just really need to be more connected on the third man. I think a rival has caught him out many times, you know, on the counterattacks here. And if you are Blaze heading into this game number 4, you got to find your way to make a rival awkward. You kept them on their defensive end so many times, especially in that first game and even in game number 2. So if I'm Blaze here, get that pressure up, make a rival use a lot of their boost, make them try to make clutch saves at the last second as they're trying to start it out right here, but a rival is trying to slam the door.
I mean, what a play from Zim early, and he's just going to get this one started off hot. You know, he had a rough games 2 and 3. And it seems as though he recovered. What a play from all 3 Blaze members. Sanzo over to Ximidy and right over to Zim with the shot. Blaze, they're up 1-0. Rival, they're now down in game 4. Can they recover?
Yeah, I mean, we saw him recover earlier, but this is exactly what I want to see from Blaze. Is this one is a dangerous ball? Ximidy, it's going to be hit off the car. It's going to go in. Oh, no, that is calamity.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of goals like that this series. And, I'm just not even going to comment on it, Rocker Man. It just happens.
Move on. Let's skip this one.
Yeah. Skip the replay. Come on, Rocker Man.
Yeah. Get that stream or something. He's slacking.
Yeah. Crip and whatnot. But we see Sanzo gonna take it up. He almost gets a nice touch. Cynical down the pitch. It's Ximidy now back to defend. Can he get a nice touch? He does. Sends it off the ceiling. Sanzo, he can't find the touch back. Now it's Thigh Chat again getting dunked out by Ximidy. I mean, is this kid just downing protein powder in his free time? He has dunked not once, not twice, but 3 times in crucial moments. I mean, just absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah, I mean, that one, it's not going in the back of the net straight off of Ximidy, but the follow-up is, and yeah, you're exactly right. Ximidy is positioning himself perfectly on a majority of these challenges, and he's really keeping his team in this series. Without Ximidy, I mean, who knows where they might be. Has another shot coming through, but Taichan is there just in time. But that's a great answer after giving up the tying goal there. And now Blaze, got to try to keep your pedal to the metal if you want to keep the series going and tie it up.
I mean, if you told me Ximidy was going to be the best player on Blaze's playoff run before the playoffs, I probably would have laughed at you and, not thought much of it. But it seems as though Ximidy's just found his way so far. As almost a nice 50 coming out from him. But Sanzo, he's going to have to recover this one. Takes one. Tries to get a second. A nice dunk from him, but Zim, he's not ready for that one. 3 minutes, 25 seconds remaining. Ximidy gets a pass over Zim. Gets it over to Sanzo. Sanzo, he can't find the touch as Cynical gets it down the pitch. Thigh down the other way as Lush. Amazing shot from him. And that one almost went in the back of the net. Arrival, they're knocking at the doorstep here. It's just a matter of time before they score here, Rockerman.
Yeah, I mean, they're having good offensive pressure there, but Blaze on the defensive end doing just enough to get that one through. And again, you just got to be careful. Don't commit that third man if you're Blaze here, and you can hold on to this lead and capitalize on Arrival. But they are still hungry and trying to find that pressure here. As Ximidy, another big misflip, but not able to shoot it on the open net. And it seems so uncharacteristic. We're not used to seeing them like this.
Yeah, it just seems like he's out of the flow, out of the rhythm. Luckily for him, that backflip didn't really cost him that much. But I think Blaze needs to interpret the 3 C's of Rocket League. Connections, and I forgot what the 2 C's are, Rockerman. I'm kind of blanking on these ones and the 2 other C's, but when they'll come back to me. But they'll come back to me at the moment when Blaze is losing the game, and right now they're not losing the game as Arrival taking the ball down the pitch. Zim sends it over. Cynical sends it down to Lucian. Lucian over to Thigh Chad. Sanzo gonna leave it for Ximidy. Ximidy off the backboard yet again, another dunk. Zim, he's up with it. Can he find the touch? He does. Sanzo, nice delayed shot. Not going to do enough, though. Ximidy gets one. Tries to find another. He's just faking out the entire team. A nice bump from him. But Thigh Chad going to stay strong here. And I think one of the C's is control. And Zim, he's controlling the ball here. What great control from him. And the last and final C that I think that is the most important is capitalization. You have to capitalize on all of your shots. And it seems as though right now Blaze is just doing a better job, but Arrival, they're knocking at the doorstep here. Will it matter? Sanzo almost having a highlight reel goal there. Cynical sends it over. Ximidy gonna get a nice touch. Zim over to the corner. Sanzo gets a touch. Lucian gonna find a touch himself. Ximidy gonna demo him out. Now Sanzo gonna get the bump out of Thigh Chad. Cynical having to rush to get that one. 50 seconds remaining. Zim sends it down the pitch. Sanzo gets a single touch. Cynical down the pitch. He goes. Now it's Ximidy. Gets one. Tries to get a second. He can't. Blaze, can they hold on to the lead and tie this series up? Cynical gonna get a 50. Kisby up to the backboard as Cynical, a rare miss from him. Thigh Chad gonna have to 50 that one out. Lucian to the sidewall. He gets a nice couple of touches. Now it's up to Kisby to control this ball. Cynical gets it down the pitch. Thigh Chad, he's gonna find the touch. Sim now over to Cynical. Cynical, he gets one. Can he find a second? He misses. But what a save by Zim! He saves certain doom from his Blaze comrades as 5 seconds remaining. Almost a critical mistake turns into heroics for Zim as Thigh Chad, he hits it to the ground. Not sure if he meant to do that, but it's tied now, Rockerman. This series 2-2 now.
Yeah, and Blaze did exactly what they needed to do in that game, Gallium. I was just watching them just boost starve a rival that entire middle game after they go up 2-1 there. Just a complete boost starve from Blaze there. A rival was unable to break out of their zone. They had one great chance at the end, but that last second heroics there, able to push it away. So I mean, good on Blaze. They did what they had to do here, and they're able to tie the series up.
Yeah, I think that game was genuinely very important for them.
Yeah.
You don't obviously want to go down 3-1 in the series, but I think it's important for them to prove that timeout definitely helped. I think it helped in their mental as, yeah, a little bit of an insane stat here. Sanzo, he had 8 shots on his own.
Wow.
That's a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, no, he was putting up the pressure there, and that's what Blaze need. You need Sanzo to put on that pressure there on that Arrival end, and you only see 3 shots for Arrival, so they just really were not able to break out, and that was the key to victory in their game 1. That was the key to victory there in game 4, and now heading into game 5. That's the key we're all looking at on both sides. Can Blaze keep that pressure? Can Arrival break out here? Game 5, such a crucial game to put someone on championship point.
Yeah, this game, it's basically win or go home. Not statistically, but it'd be much better to win this game 5. It's a swing game, and in any professional sports, hockey and basketball, if you win game 5, you're most likely going to win the entire series, and it's not an exception for Rocket League, I'll tell you that much. Zim off the corner. He gets one, gets a second, tries to get a third, but Lucian, an excellent play from him. Sanzo sends it down the pitch, and now Cynical gets 50'd out. Thigh Chad getting a backflip. Misses his touch. Now it's Kisby. Gonna get a little bit of an awkward touch. Zim's gonna play with his food a little bit. Boy, what a great touch from him. Thigh Chad has to race back for this one. Sanzo gets one more touch. It's over to Zim. Can Zim shoot it? He does. He gets it past 2. What a shot.
And that's just a massive dunk there from Zim. You see Sanzo keeping the pressure on. Zim just turning here, and you see a couple people trying to get in the way, but he's going to get it through 2 Arrival defenders. A great dunk, able to keep that pressure up there for Blaze and give them the early lead.
Man, oh man. Zim. Where do I begin? I mean, it just seems like he's found just a new way to play in these series, right? I mean, instead of banging the ball as Thurman, he's controlling his touches. And in the offensive end, he's controlling his touches as well. No way, Kisby got a reset. Oh my. Oh. All right. A little bit of some calamity going on. It seems to be a lot of calamity going on, but this is Rival League. After all, as we see Cynical clearing this one down. Gets a second touch. Sanzo gonna make him pay for that one. It's now over to Thigh Chad. Zim gets a touch. Dot the corner. Can he get the shot? But Sanzo accidentally bumps him off of it. That's not ideal. Cynical gets a nice touch. Rival, they really need to find a goal here to come back into this series. Lucian down the pitch. Thigh Chad, he's up on the ceiling already. Can the ball find the back of the net? Cynical off the backboard once more. Lucian is up, but Zim gonna make a great save. Kisby, an accidental backflip. He thinks he's Zim for a second here. Hopefully, he cleans up his act a little bit. Kisby trying to find something, but Luce misses his touch. Not a great-looking series of events from Arrival so far. They're looking a little shaky here, Rockerman.
Yeah, they are looking a little bit shaky there. I think it's all this Blaze pressure, though, is that just keeping them, stuck in their zone, forcing them into awkward plays, and that's where we've seen them struggle in the playoffs and in the regular season is when they get suffocated. They can, be very, very struggling on their own end, but once they break out, we've seen what that offense can do. But, in the last game and a half now, Gallium, it's really been all Blaze on that offensive pressure, and Arrival really haven't been able to control the boost, really haven't been able to break out here. And if they're going to want to come back and win this game 5 here, you got to find a way to break out on the offensive end.
Yeah, I think honestly, for Arrival, I think they should have taken their timeout after that game 5. It seems as though Blaze kind of figured them out, but it's just basically whether or not this Arrival team can get a nice goal. Is Cynical trying to get a nice goal here? As wait a second, a nice demo coming out. Ximidy racing back. What a save from Ximidy, saving his team from certain doom. As Chad just dribbling it around all the Blaze defenders, but can't get it around Sanzo. Sanzo, the consensus top 5 Rival League player. He's definitely playing like it. Definitely the most consistent player on the pitch. Zim, great touch from him. Now it's over to Lucian. Lucian gets the 50. Sanzo gonna chase this ball down. Cynical over to Ximidy. Ximidy, he gets a single touch. I think he's going for another 50. And I mean, at this point, I don't really blame him, Rocker Man.
Yeah, no, he's just trying. His Chad is gonna put this one in off the post. Arrival on that counterattack is able to break through, and Sanzo, he was right there, but Chad just got it over him. And again, it's that capitalization, Gallium. If Arrival is gonna win, they gotta find a way to break through and find that counterattack. They found it right there, able to tie it up.
There's a C in Rocket League for a reason, and I think capitalization is exactly what Chad did right there. And it hasn't been the prettiest game from Arrival, but they've kept themselves in the series. But oh my goodness, what a pass and what a shot. An absolute ripper.
Yeah, Ximidy with a great bang out there, and Zim with the extension there. Just great speed on that ball to find the top right. A great play by him. Able to take the lead right back, right when Arrival seemed like they may have got a foot in the door. Zim goes through and slams it.
What a play from Zim as Chad. I mean, an insane 50 coming out from him, especially he was just on the ground. Just basically at the mercy of Zim just then, as Sanzo gonna get a nice touch. Tries to find another. He gets the flip reset. Chad now. Can't find the touch. Zim off the backboard. It's over to Ximidy. Ximidy gets it off the backboard once more. Now Cynical gets it over one. Never mind. Zim decides not to be the one. In that scenario is Lucian. He gets it off the backboard. If you count Sanzo as the backboard, it's Cynical. Can't find the touch. Lucian makes a critical mistouch here, but it doesn't punish them yet. Chad, can he make another play to get his Arrival boys back into this game 5 as Cynical? Oh my goodness, what a play from Arrival. Chad, a great read. And oh man, I mean, you really can't blame Arrival for that attempt. That was a great attempt, but even better defense from Blaze. Has 5 seconds left. Lucian, he tries to get it down the pitch, but Zim, he beats him out. Sanzo just gonna let it drop, and Blaze, they take this game 5. And, do you take your time out here? I'm thinking you do.
Yeah, I think you definitely call the timeout here on match point here. Blaze have really kind of found that offense in the last couple games, and it's put Arrival on the back foot. I mean, the shots tell a different story here, but I really think that Blaze was performing exceptionally well in these last couple games, Gallium. And if I'm Arrival, I'm probably calling the timeout here just to talk things over and try to just reset this series a little bit and, see if you can slow down Blaze. I mean, the counterattacks, there were a couple opportunities on their end. I don't think they played terribly in that game, but, you got to come through. I mean, now Blaze is 1 win away from pulling the championship, trying to bring it back from last season where they couldn't quite pull it off. And we're going to have to see what's going to happen heading into game number 6.
Yeah, I mean, I will say Cynical did not have himself a game. 84 points, a little tragic from him, but, hopefully he can bounce back in this do or die couple of matches here. Arrival, they're going to need a lot more than Chad counterattacking to get themselves back into this game and back into the series. As, Forbidden Temple provides a lot of some crazy things happening, of course. But I think the craziest thing that's happened is Arrival. They take their time out earlier, honestly. Yeah. I mean, they should have followed the trend from Blaze. Oh, they did. I know they took their time out here, but the game before, Okay. Taking their time out from the game before, because I mean, Blaze took their time out pretty early. and they figured Arrival out, right? I mean, you can't continue on knowing that Blaze knows what you're going to do, and quite frankly, outplayed them in that game 4. So, the timeout eventually came, but was it a little too late? Well, we're definitely about to find out, Rockerman.
Yeah, no, we are gonna find out, and if your rival, you gotta talk things over here, and you gotta find a way to put Blaze on the back foot. I think what they did really well in that game number 3 is that Blaze was actually the ones on the back foot. Arrival was catching out the counterattacks on numerous occasions here, and now if you're a rival here, you gotta find a way to break out on those counterattacks. Don't let Blaze just suffocate you on offense. That's when a rival can really get down and can really get in a tough spot. So as we're into game number 6 here, Gallium, we'll have to see if Arrival has a game 7 in store for us, or if Blaze are going to get revenge for last season and take the championship, as Sanzo is starting it out with the first goal.
What a kickoff coming out from Zim here. But Sanzo had the follow of his lifetime. Lucian just didn't expect him to follow it like that. And, it's Sanzo. He comes in these clutch moments. He comes to save the day. I believe, I didn't commentate the game and I didn't really get a chance to watch it. He scored that tying goal against Whiteout to send them into OT. So he's definitely a clutch player, and a player that I'm sure Smooth and his Firestorm Gremlins are glad to have on his team instead of the other way around. As Cynical gets the demo. An amazing play. Oh my goodness, Cynical, you really did not have to do that, but have yourself a shot.
Hey, if there's one thing about Cynical is, even if the net is open, he is still going to try to take the best shot and try to get there as quickly as possible here. And a great play from him right there, finding that counterattack, the demo on the last man, open up some space. And again, it's that Arrival counterattack. That's what they have to do if they're going to want to win this one. It's another kickoff goal is going to come through. Zim going to send it in the back of the net.
It seems like Arrival's looking like me out there. Can't get a kickoff to save their lives as Zim putting it in the back of the net. And that's, again, where it's just the person who's following being so aware of the Arrival follow player. And it just seems to work out for them every single time. As Sanzo going to get a clear, not the best clear, Slychad going to get himself a free touch. Ximidy with the power clear of his own. Lucian gets one. Cynical gets another. Tries to find a touch. It's off the corner. Ximidy, he gets one. Tries to send it over to Sanzo. Sanzo with the shot. Cynical, an insane save from him. He's having himself a much better game than he did last game, and that's definitely gonna matter here. As Lucian, oh no, he misses a wide open net. That is devastating.
Yeah, that one is one that Lucian's going to want back. He wasn't at quite the best angle, but I'm sure he'll tell you that he should touch that. Holy thigh, Chad.
Oh man, yeah, that's the Thigh Chad special. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit in your net. Just seems as though Thigh Chad's come alive in this series. We saw him come alive late against Vortex. That's what helped this Arrival team get to this point. It seems as though he's finally here and ready to ball out. And, last game he had an insane goal. This game, no different here. Thigh Chad trying to find a shot on net. Arrival fighting tooth and nail. Lucian pass to Cynical, but Cynical backflips. Lush gonna try to find a shot, and he honestly could have shot that himself. Am I crazy?
No, I think he did have the angle, but trying to leave it for his teammate there. And Cynical, I think he was also expecting that Lush was just gonna shoot it. And unfortunately for Arrival, not able to capitalize. And fortunately for them, they didn't get punished on the other end. But a couple of crazy things going down, Gallium. It's Forbidden Temple after all in the Rival League Grand Finals. We're seeing some chaos.
Yeah, chaos does tend to ensue on this map as Thigh Chad tries to send it in the back of the net. Cynical now with a single touch, a single shot, and a single goal for the Sir Cynical. It seems as though he's found his wings and he's flying past his Blaze defense.
Hey, Gallium, we might have to add a 4th C to those Rocket League terms there. I'm putting 4th C as Cynical right there because he is going off here on Forbidden Temple, trying to send this to a game number 7, and he's been such a key. But Arrival, they gotta be careful on these kickoffs though, Gallium. That's the one thing. We saw 2 kickoff goals, another close opportunity there, but Arrival finally take the lead here, trying to send us a 7.
Every player on Arrival has a C in their name. Coincidence? I think not. Here is Blaze trying to claw their way back into this one. They've done it before. Can they do it when it matters most? Here's Zim. not wanting his team to go down and play game 7 here. Kisby, a great pop. Cynical sends it back into the corner. He fakes out one, a great fake. 50's out Zim, but it's not going to be an ideal touch. Kisby going to race him for it. Kisby, a great first touch. Thaichad going to be there to save that one. Sanzo can't find the touch. Zim off the corner. Can he get the read? He does, but a great 50 from Cynical. He read that the entire way through. Kisby with one. Great control from him. He's trying to get the 50. Thaichad knows that. He fakes it out. A smart play from Thaichad. And that just honestly saved them from a goal being scored. I mean, really heads up play from Thaichad.
Yeah, Thaichad, he's so smart on the defensive end. He can lock it down as he's trying to get up to this one, going to make the save. But right now, Gallium, Blaze, they are the ones with a lot of pressure on the offensive end as Kisby is trying to keep that one around as well. And that's what can be dangerous for a rival. Blaze is looking. They're trying to fire it, but Lucian is going to deny it away. And a rival, they got to try to break out here. Otherwise, Blaze, it seems like they're only a moment away from trying to put one in.
It almost looked like Thaichai was going to get himself another goal. But, you know, luckily for Blaze, he did not peak yet again. As Zim is going to send it over to Sanzo. Sanzo off the backboard. Kisby can't find the touch. Now Zim sends it over. Lucian going to leave it for Cynical. Going to go with one. Tries to get a second. He does. Lucian lats to defend. Zim, a great 50. Sanzo, a great shot, but an even better save from Cynical. Kisby, he's going to have to get a nice touch here. He does. An absolute insanity on the arrival end. It seems like they don't want to give up a goal, and I don't blame them here. As Cynical, he's off the ceiling. He gets a single touch. Gets another. Just absolutely hounding this Blaze defense. Zim, he's up with one. Gets it almost past Lucian, and it's just water falling down here. Kisby, he gets a single touch. Cynical, he sends it up to Kisby. Sanzo, he's there for it. He can't find the shot. Zim, he tries to find the shot himself. Now Kisby racing back. He dodges the demo that was going to basically happen, but, you know, it was going to happen anyway. It is a rival after all. As Zim, over to Sanzo. Lucian, going to send it down the field. It's off the backboard. Kisby, he sends it over. Can Blaze find a goal to extend this game 6 into an overtime? 4 seconds left. Kisby, over to Zim. Zim, he gets one. Can he get the second? No, he cannot. And Rockerman, I think you need to start typing that Game 7 announcement, buddy.
Yeah, we're heading to Game 7, Gallium. It's going to be one game to decide the championship here. And a rival, they locked it down on the defensive end at the end of that last game, Gallium. I mean, Blaze, they were throwing a lot of punches, but a rival made some clutch saves at the very end, held on to their early lead that they built halfway through that game and brought it to 7. And I mean, now it all comes down to this, Gallium. You know, throw the rest of the series, out here. We're just playing one game to decide the championship here. And, you know, both these teams, you got to come out early. If you're either of these two teams, it's Game 7. Whoever comes out with that first goal, you can really start that pressure off, start that offense here. And, you know, these teams have battled back and forth this entire series, Gallium. And of course, we got one more game.
I mean, I know from my personal playoff experience this season, we were up 3-2 in Velocity. They took us to a Game 7, and we thought we had it in the bag, but they took us to a Game 7. And Game 7 for Blaze, they have to look at it with excitement, because it's Game 7. It's thrilling. It's all you want in Rocket League. This is Rocket League right here, not to quote the famous saying, but this is in all basic forms just Rocket League, and it's one game to decide the fate of both of these rival league teams. With Sanzo is gonna get the most insane demo I've ever seen.
That man was flying from across the map there. Zim just sends it up, and instead of hitting the ball, watch out, we got a kamikaze coming through, and Sanzo there races the last defender, and that is a great start for Blaze.
Not to be confused with the Whiteout member, Kamikaze.
Yes.
Of course, just had to clarify here as Thaichad. He's up with one. Can he get the bump himself? I mean, they're just going to go bump for bump, but great play from Zim. Defensive end. He gets a touch. Gets another flip, reset in tow. He gets the dunk. Sanzo, can you be there? Thaichad was there for the other team. Kisby gets the shot. And honestly, there's just a lot happening here. I might faint from what's happening here. I honestly don't believe it here as Kisby off the backboard. Sanzo, he sends it down, but Cynical, a great touch from him, and it's in the back of the net. Arrival, they tie it up.
And a big demo on the back side there on Zim. And Cynical, he's just going to get enough touch on this ball to send it away. And Ximidy, he tried his best to pre-flip, did everything he could, but it was just out of reach. And a rival answer back.
Wow. I mean, what a first minute.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, a lot of fireworks here. I know there's fireworks on this map whenever you score, but you know, there's fireworks in this game 7 for both of these teams. As Thaichai gonna make a control touch. Kisby can't find it. Sanzo gonna try to find the back of the net. Both teams, you can tell, are very nervous. Just matters which team can capitalize. Here's a
what a
great
demo.
demo again by Sanzo. As you know what, he's taking a page out of a rival's book. Not really known to demo too much. It seems as though it's the right adjustment for him. Is Cynical sends it down the field. Zim, he's gonna get a nice touch on it. Thaichad sends it down. Kisby with one, gets it off the corner. Now it's Zim. He gets a control touch. He tries to find another. He does. Flip reset. Can he get the flip? He doesn't, but he gets a nice 50. Looking like Kisby out there in games 1, 2, and 3. Cynical gets a 50. And you know what? Kisby in game 7. We'll throw that in there. It's a great 50 from him. Zim sends it high. Great touch from him. He's going for the bump. Cynical, an insane save. Kisby, 1v1 situation. He fakes it out. Lucian, a much needed save there. Zim, he sends it to the back of the net. And Zim, he has his second goal of the game.
Yeah, and Blaze is putting on so much pressure right now. You see a rival, they're just all starved. Cynical, he wants that boost to try to give his team a way to break out, but it wasn't enough there. And Ximidy, he puts it in the back of the net. Blaze retake the lead.
I mean, what a game 7 we have on our hands. Both teams going for blow. This is a heavyweight bout. No team is playing defense whatsoever. Going at each other's jugulars here, but that's exactly what you want. This is Rival League in its purest form. Kisby up. Cynical gonna get a nice touch. Thaichad 50s out Zim. And now Rival. They're in a hole here. And they get out of this hole. Thaichad gonna try to find boost in his own end. Blaze has been very good at limiting Rival's boost in their own end. Thaichad gets a touch. Can he get the 50? He does, but it's not an ideal 50. Lucian, he gets a single touch. Gets another, a great 50 coming out from Sanzo. He gets another 50. Cynical trying to do it all here, but he can't do everything. As wait a second, he has an opportunity here. He can't find the back of the net. As Lucian, he hops up. He can't find it. Sanzo, it's the other way. Blaze looking threatening here. Sim and Sanzo just looking like they just want another goal. And Kisby, welcome to the party, Kisby. It's never too late to, you know, pull up another chair here.
Yeah, no, that's a great 50. Pops out in the middle. The Blaze pressure just enough. And Lucian, he's not quite there to get back to that one. And with 2:12 remaining, Blaze is hungry there, Gallium. They're trying to get this championship here that they couldn't get last season. And 2 minutes remaining if they can hold on.
Yeah, keyword if. You know, still 2 minutes remaining, and we've seen a rival. They've done some crazy things in less time. So, Lucian gonna try to get a touch here. He has 0 boost though. Thaichad gets a great touch. Thaichad, another great touch. He accidentally hits himself off of the corner of the wall there. Not ideal. Lucian going back himself. Kisby, great pass. Cynical, gonna take it from him. Zim up to Thaichad. Thaichad with one. He's gonna try to find another. A great demo with Thaichad with 1 minute and 35 seconds remaining. Gives his team life.
Oh my goodness, what a play from Thaichad. Right on Sanzo. Return the sender there. And a rival, the life is back with 1 minute 35.
Oh boy. You know, they're just going blow for blow here. We saw that same exact goal happen earlier on in the game, but wait a second, maybe another kickoff goal. Lucian back to defend. Great defense coming out from him. Zim can't find the touch. Thaichad, he sends it down. Kisby, can he find the touch? He is successful. Cynical with one. Can Lucian find the redirect? He can't. Zim down the pitch. Thaichad, they don't have to go all out yet. They can still play their game. They're gonna have to go all out later in the series, but whoa, an insane play, but an even better save as Lucian gets a nice 50. Blaze on the back foot here. Cynical off the corner. He can't find the touch. Thaichad can't find the touch himself. Lucian, it's off the corner. Sanzo over to Lucian. It's over to Zim now. Thaichad gets a touch. Thaichad with one. Can he get the waterfall here? Sanzo, he's gonna miss his touch, but what a save coming out from Kisby, the youngster, putting on a great performance here. Thaichad pops it high. It's off the corner here. He's gonna try to get himself a touch, get his team a pass here, but Kisby, again, denying it by any means possible here. Sanzo, he gets a touch. Cynical, can he do anything? He gets a pass one. Prize to pre-flip here as Zim gets a nice touch. Thigh chat, it's off the corner here. He's gonna take his time. Sanzo, he's waiting for it. Thigh chat gets it past to Lucian. He gets it down the field. Can they find anything? Lucian with one more touch. Sanzo, he has to make an awkward play, but he's very successful. Thigh chat down the pitch with one. Can he get a second? He can't. Oh my goodness. The ball is still floating in Blaze's end. 2 seconds remaining. Can Blaze break the curse? Can they do it for their fallen brethren? Yes, they can. Blaze are your Season 12 Rival League champions.
Oh, wow. And what a series there, Gallium. It went back and forth. It came down to the final second there, and Blaze did just enough to take that one home. A very stressful series to watch there, as I mean, back and forth all series long between those two teams, and Blaze just enough on the offensive end to take it. And I mean, just an exceptional performance from them. Definitely well deserved, and big congratulations to them.
Wow. I will say, MVP of that entire series. Do we give out Finals MVP, Rockerman? I'm not actually sure.
Of course we do.
Oh, you do? Is it like in the Twitter post later?
It'll be released later. We haven't decided on the medium yet, but it will be announced for sure.
Okay. Well, can I throw my pick into the fray here? I gotta go with Kisby. I mean, he impressed me so much getting plays when Blaze just looked out of it. He single-handedly almost took a game off of a rival. He scored 3 goals, 3 crucial goals, and Kisby just absolutely dominating for his team. I'm not sure if we're gonna get an interview because we are running a little bit behind. I'm not really sure.
We're gonna have to go.
How that works.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go, unfortunately, but they gave us enough content. They don't need to talk to us. That series spoke for itself. But if you want another great series, let's go to our final league, the pinnacle of all leagues, the Titan League. So we have the Spartans taking on Inferno. Who you got? Well, I know who I got, but I'm not telling you because I'm trying to earn channel points this time, as we're going to be right back. Peace out, guys.